Hi guys, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and I'm here to solve a pole position Sudoku created by Sed Holaysan from Philippines. This Sudoku was created as practice for the ongoing Dutch Championships at wcpn.nl website. The participation is free and open to all, and you have to register before taking part in the competition. I will add the link to the contest page so that you can give it a try. I will also add the link to solve this Sudoku in the description of the video. Please do play it before coming back and watching the video. This particular pole position Sudoku is weighed more than 90 points in the contest and is actually one of the higher pointers. So I thought of making a video on this Sudoku. Hopefully it is enjoyable to you. So let us go to the rules now. Standard classic rules apply. Each row, each column, and 3x3 box of the grid will have digits 1 to 9 without any repetitions. In addition to that, in each row and in each column, the very first digit that you see will serve as an indicator to where the 1 goes in that respective row or column. So let's say we have a 4 here. Then this 4 indicates how many cells you need to travel along this column, because it is in column 2, right? It is the first cell in column 2. So you need to travel 4 cells and the 4th cell would be a 1, right? So it basically acts as a pointer to where the 1 goes in that row or column. So let's say we have a 9 here. So which means that the 9th cell in this row must be a 1. So an interesting variant, right? So let's see how the solve proceeds now. Okay. There is a 2 in column 4 and 6 that gives me a 2 in these 2 cells. So very quickly you can realize that there is nothing much in the way of classic that we can do on the Sudoku. So let's look at the variant part. A good place to start would be column 4 because you already have 4 clues given in there. So this would be 1, 3, 5. Oops, I don't want corner there. This can only be 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, right? But you can see that the 3rd cell, 5th cell, 7th cell and 9th cell are all eliminated because you don't have 1 there. So you can kind of use reverse mapping here. So none of these cells can be 3, 5, 7 or 9, and this would have to be a 1. And which means that this cell would be 4 because again reverse mapping. 1 is the 4th cell in row 1, so 4 has to be the first digit, right? Now using Sudoku, we can place a pointing pair of 4s here. I think this cell would be good now. But before that, this is also acting as an indicator to column 1, right? This cell is common to both row 1 and column 1. So even this would be a 1. And if you look at this cell, it can only be 2, 6, 8 and 9. We can quickly eliminate the 6th cell and 8th cell. So this would be 2 or a 9. So which effectively means that 1 is either here or here. But 1 cannot be in this cell. Can you see why? Because that would force a 3 here. You already have a 3. So which means that I get my 1 here and place my 2 here. And you can use reverse mapping, place the 3 here. So 8 must be in one of these 2 cells using Sudoku. And let's use some center candidates along row 4. 1, 2, 4, 7, 9 or the digits come placed digits. Then you can have 3, 5, 6, 8. So this would be 3, 6. This would be 3, 5, 3, 5, 8. And I'm not sure I need to place all the possibilities there. Okay. 1 by Sudoku goes here. So which means this would be 7 or 9. You can use reverse mapping. And 1 in column 2 has only 3 options, right? So which means this cell must either be 7, 8 or 9. Oh, look at this cell. This can't be 1 because you have 1 here, 2 here. So you can't have a 2 here. So 1 is eliminated, which means one of these cells would have to be a 2. That gives me a 2 here. So where do we look at now? Okay, look at this cell. This can only be 6 or a 9. Which means that one of these cells would have to take a 5. Okay, so my 1 in row 5 clearly must go into these 3 cells only, because you can eliminate easily these 2 cells. Neither 5 nor 6 can go in here, so 1 is eliminated from here. So which means 1 would have to be here, and which means this would have to be 7, 8 and 9. And 7 is ruled out. That's 8 and 9. Now looking at these ones, I can be certain there is a 5 in these 2 cells. Also looking at these ones, I know that one of these 2 cells must be a 3, and that gives me a 3 in row 3. Beautiful, guys. What an excellent deduction, right? Cute deduction. And now I can place 3 in box 8. So I want a corner marking. 3 can't be here, and 3 cannot be in column 5. So 3 goes in here. And that gives me a 3 in these 2 cells, removing the 3 from this cell. Okay, the 5 in column 1 has only 3 options. These 3 are the options. And which means pertaining to these 5, we must have a marking of 1 here. You can say a pointing triplet of 1s. You have 3 1s, right? So instead of pointing pair, it becomes a pointing triplet. So 1 goes in one of these cells, but we already have 1 in these 2 cells. So this is not 1, which means this would be 1, giving us a 6 here and a 6 here. That's gorgeous, guys. Absolutely, I'm enjoying the solve path so much. And pertaining to these ones, using reverse mapping in column 5, this would be 7, 8 or 9, but 8 and 9 are eliminated. That's a 7, that gives 1, and that gives 5, pushing the 2 here. Awesome. This is beautiful. Really nice solve path. That gives me 7, 8 or 9 here, and that would give me a 1 here, right? Okay, now I can mark this triplet. It would be 4, 5, 9. And that removes the 5 from here, giving us a 5 here. This would be 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 is going in these 2 cells, right? And that gives 8 in here. Okay, this cannot be 7. This would have to be 8 or 9, but it's 8 because we already have the 1 here. So this would be 8. And now I know the contents of these cells. This is 3, 5, and 9. Okay, I can't have a 1 here, so this is not a 5. Okay, this is not 8. I'll remove the stray pencil mark of 8. So 9 goes in one of these two cells, and which means these two cells must be 1, 6, and 7. I have 6 here, so this would be a 3. And that gives my 3 here, a 5 here, an 8 here, and a 9 here. Very nice. That removes the 9 from here. So 1, 3, 6, 5, 8, and 9. So I have 2. I need to place 2, 4, 7 here. I have a 7 here, so this would be a 7. And these would be a 2, 4 pair. I'll remove this stray. That's not a 4. And this is also not a 4, right? I could have removed that long back. That's a 4, which means this is 5 or 9, and you have a 5 here. That's a 5, that's a 9. And we can complete columns 4, that's a 7. These would be 6, 8. These would be 3, 5, 9. Of course, this is not 3, and this is not a 5. So I'm seeing uniqueness trick here, although I'll not try not to use that. So you can see here that there is a 2, 4 pair. You also know that there is a 2 hidden in these two cells, and which means you can't have a 4 in these two cells. And that is because if you have a 4 here, there is no way to resolve this deadly pattern. At the end of the solve, when you reach towards your solution, there is absolutely no way that you can resolve row 5, row 6, and column 2, column 5. This is called a unique rectangle pattern, and you may see these shorts covered by Ashish on uniqueness. Those shorts are really useful. I've seen it myself, and you can check them out. So this is a really pretty useful trick. But only thing to make sure is that this is a variant. So you have to be absolutely certain that the variant part is not helping you resolve the uniqueness. So sometimes it may be the case that due to the variant, these two cells can be resolved. But here we are sure, no matter what we do, the variant is not going to help us, because it only has effect on the ones and the cells in column 1 and cells in row 1. So these 4 cells will definitely be forming a unique rectangle if you have a 4 here. So I can right away put a 4 here, 8 here, and 2 and 9 here. That would really speeden up our solve. But let's see. Oh, I've put 2 9s here. I'm sorry for that, guys. Just undo a little bit here. Where did I make that mistake? This can never be a 9. This would have to be a 6, right? 6 in rows 5 and 6. This would have to be a 6. Sorry for that. Okay, look at these 3 cells. They can't be 1, 3, 5, 6 or 2 or 4. So straight away there is a triplet, which means these can be completed. No rocket science there. All are easy to write. I think I missed a 9 here. This could be a 9, right? I was looking at these 3 cells. This can never be a 5, because that would put a 1 here and put a 7 here. So this is 3, 9. But this can be 3, 5 or 9. Oh, this cannot be a 3, because you have a 4 here. So this is, so instead of writing 5 or 9, I have made 3 or 9. So that was an oversight. So this is not 3, 9. It's rather 5 or 9. The 4 in box 7 must go into these 2 cells, and that gives me a 4 in row 8. So So I'm noticing a Y wing here, or XY chain, you can say 5 9 3 9 and 3 5, right? They are forming an XY wing pattern. So which means that you can't have a 5 here, because if you do, this becomes 3 and that becomes 9, and you can't have anything else here. So this is not a 5. So I'm not seeing anything very simple here. Okay, 2 in row 7 must be in these two cells. Okay, this is not a 5, right? Two in row 2 must be in these two cells. Okay, this cannot be a 6. Slightly complicated, but I don't think I'm seeing anything here. If this is 6, look what happens. This becomes 9 and this becomes 7. But 7 would act as a pointer to 1, so this would again be a 1. But not possible. We started with the 6 here, so which means this is not a 6. That's 1 and 7. Can I do something here of that sort? If this is 7, this becomes 9, and you would have to have a 1 here. So this is not a 7, right? So this is 1 and 6. 6, 9, 7, 1. 1, 7, 9. Okay. So both of these, I don't think you can resolve. Okay, this would be 2 or 4. But we obviously established this cannot be 4 because of the unique rectangle. So I can place the 2 and 4 here and quickly continue. But since this is a leisure solve for the purpose of video, I am trying to avoid the usage of uniqueness here. But I'm not certain there is anything to be seen here. 3 or 9. If this is 9, oh, this is 9, this is 7, this would be 6, 8, 6. Okay, okay. Oh, this is like a chain, guys. But I'm not really certain that I want to use this here, but I'm not seeing anything. So if you guys are spotting some trick at this point, please do let me know. I'm not sure if I'm missing something really simple. So what I'm seeing is that this cannot be a 9. Why is this not a 9s? Okay, yeah. So if this is 9, let's try to use some red marking here, corner marking. Look what happens. So if this is 9, this becomes 7, and this would be 1 and 6, right? And now look what happens to this. This would be 8, this would be 6. Now where does the 6 go in row 8? Very tough to spot this way. So you would have to think some 4 or 5 steps ahead to get this step. So it's really complicated, I would say, but whether there is some other trick, I'm not really certain. So a 9 here, and the way I hit this was by using the uniqueness idea, right? I know that 2 and 4 can't go here. So this would have to be a 9. So I got that idea into mind and saw what happens if this is a 9. So it led to me a contradiction. So this becomes 7, this becomes 8, this becomes 6, and you don't have any space for 6 in row 8 because of this 6 and this 6, right? So we can retrace our steps back. That's not a 9, this would have to be an 8. Oh, I want a blue color. And that means this would be a 7, 9. Oops. That removes the 1 from here. I got 8 here. So which means I know this is 1 because this would be the pointer, and that means this would be a 5. This is not a 5, that's 3, 9. I'll remove the square pencil mark. Okay, even this can be removed, I guess. This is not 1. And these would be 4 and 9 for the row. This would be 2, 4 and 9. And 8 in column 3 must get into these cells. Strange, I was thinking that this Sudoku should have wound up much earlier, but it seems to be harder after placing so many digits. Not sure what I'm missing here. This would be 8 or 9 for the row. What am I missing here? The 3 in column 8 must go into these cells. So this seems to be a very tough Sudoku now, all of a sudden. It wasn't that way, right? When we started, we were getting digits very smoothly. Am I missing something simple? Don't know. Uh, and this cell must be 6, 7, and 8. Not seeing anything here. I'm missing something simple. It feels as though I'm missing something simple here. Ah, I'm not sure. What am I missing? Okay, this would be 6, 8, and 9. Have I made use of all the pointers? How many ones are we yet to place? Just 2 ones. I think we have made the pencil marks pertaining to those, right? Oh, this is uh, tough. Thing is that I'm not able to see anything clearly here. So this is 1. This becomes 7 and this becomes 7, which I don't think would create any contradiction. Seven, 9, 8, 6, 5. Ah, okay, really complicated one. So this is not a 1, guys. Okay, this is not a 1. So if this is a 1, look what happens. If this is a 1, let's use different color. I'll use a red color. So if this is 1, this becomes 7. And 1, we can use reverse mapping here. This becomes 9. Now, look closely where the 3 and 5 go in this column. You can't have 3 or 5 here because 3 is in one of these two cells for column 8. So 3 is not here, 5 is not here. You have one of 3 and 5 here. And where does the other 3, 5 go in this column? A really razor sharp reduction, I would say. Not so easy. So 1 is not here, and that gives me a 1 here. Let me put the 1 here. So this becomes 9, that becomes 7, that becomes 6, that becomes 9, that becomes 1, that becomes 6. Now using reverse mapping, this would be a 3, this would be a 9, and we can resolve this 3, 5 pair. That's a 5, that's a 3. This is not a 9, that's 7, 8. This would be 2, 7, 8. This is not 9, that's 4, which means this is 4, this is 2, this is 2, and this is 9. You have 4 and 7 here. 4 would have to go here, and 7 goes here. And I know this would be 6, 8 pair. And this has to be 5 or 8 for the row. Okay, the 6 in row 8 must go here, so which means this is 8, that is 8, that is 6, and that gives 6 here. And look at this cell, that is a naked single. It can only take 2. That's not 7, 8. That's not a 2, that's a 7 and 8, which means I get a 5 here, a 9 here, 8 here. That would be 3, that would be 5, and this would be a 3, 7 pair, and because of the 3 in column 7, that's a 3. That's not a 3, that's a 7. And that gives me 8, 7, 2, and we can finish up the Sudoku. 7, 9. This would be 9. And with that, we have completed the Sudoku created by Sed Holaysan. Tough one, I would say, because chart looked really deceptive. It looked as though we would reach the solution soon, but then we again hit a roadblock, finding some deductions involving this cell, and finding that the one cannot go here was really tough to find. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please do like and comment and subscribe to the channel. We hope to see you soon with a video. Bye bye.